Hello guys, welcome back to the life of mama. Okay, and if you're new here, well basically you might have to go back a couple videos back to understand who I am, but I think you might get a glimpse of who I am once you watch this video. Alright, so I'm actually in my car because I'm gonna talk about some topics that my children can't hear. Alright, so basically this vlog is about 30s is so scary. That's what we always taught, right? Oh, do this before you hit your 30s. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you about my experience. What I found in my 30s that is the best so far. Okay, all right, I wrote down my notes because I know me, I be rambling everywhere. I know, girl, I know. So this is the best that I found and the things I wish I knew ahead of time. Okay, so anyways, being in my 30s, now I'm 36, so you could say mid 30s, is actually the best for me. At first, I was scared to enter my 30s. I was around 28, 29. I was like, oh, I'm about to creep up to my 30s, boo. But, not for nothing, it's been the best life I have ever lived. I'm going to tell you why. You're like, wow, you crazy. You lying. No, I'm not. And here are some reasons why. I wrote them down because I be forgetting. So being in your 30s, like I said, it's a new transition. It's a new transition where we always hear about it, and we hear, well, girl, you better start getting together before you hit your 30s. Well, because they say, oh, your skin and, you know, your sex, your wrinkles, and you're gonna get gray hair, you're not gonna be a spring chicken. Well, number one in my book, yes, you should take care of your body that, you know, you're in your youth. Meaning you're, you know, young all the way to your 20s and a little bit further down. Because it does catch up to you in your 30s. That is a fact. Now, you must say, you know, even though I work out and I always worked out, I definitely feel a change, especially with my knees, and you know, I fluctuate. Sorry guys, hold on. I fluctuate a lot in my weight, so that right there is gonna really cause me some knee problems, right? And the fact that I had a hysterectomy kind of like pushes it up further. So one thing I do know is take care of yourself in your youth. Do not play with your body. Take your vitamins. Go to the doctor. Make sure you work out. You eat right. You know, still have fun, but make sure you take care of your temple because it does creep on you later on. I know this for a fact. Number two, wrinkles. I don't have any. I do see frown lines kicking in. I don't know, maybe if it's just like right here. I do, like, the wrinkles I don't have, but I do see, you know, the frown lines are kicking in for sure. All right, and it is what it is. For our skincare, I use CeraVe, and I'll insert it here. I use jojoba oil. I'll use almond oil. I'll use avocado oil. All that I will use, right? And the fact that I love coconut probably gives me an advantage as well. So yes, gravity starts, you know, kicking in, girl. Okay? And then you young bucks nowadays, y'all look amazing. Number three, I wasted my youth on trying to be perfect when I should have learned to embrace this temple God has blessed me with. Meaning being insecure, being so concerned of what others may think of me, and when in reality I was perfect the way I was. You know, I didn't need nothing. I didn't have to listen to others about my body. If anything, I should have just embraced it. And I learned in my 30s now, honey, my body, yes, I still have my little things I would love to change that I'm working on. But you learn to embrace. For me, I learned to embrace it, to appreciate it, to accept every curve, every cellulite, every dimple, whatever it is. I learned to embrace it because I still am here on this earth living and thriving, and no woman is perfect. I was looking at an image that wasn't ideal. It was edited. It was edited. I can't match up to her. She was edited. How am I going to match up to a Photoshop? So I learned to just love me. Love mama and her booty and her hips, her big thighs, her arm, everything. And yes, I do fluctuate in weight and what? It took me a while to get to this level. And I noticed in my 30s how much I'm loving life, how much I'm loving life, how much I'm just so carefree. Now, don't get me wrong, it took me a while to get here, but the fact that I'm here is like, baby, a peacock, just showing her beautiful feathers, just showing it off, boo. And I should have embraced myself. So ladies, if you're in your 20s, don't waste your time. You are beautiful. Don't try to live up to a standard that we see on social media. It's sometimes, majority of the times, edited, and you're going to try to really outdo somebody that couldn't even outdo the picture that they see that they edited. God built us all different. Some are smaller, some are bigger, some are thicker, some are wider. It is what it is, and that's what makes you unique and you. That's the beauty of you. The beauty of me, I can tell you right now, is I have high cheekbones. I have a beautiful body. I am colored eyes, long hair, and the way I am, as far as my character, my personality is what makes Sharice. That's what attracts people towards me, is my friendliness, my kindness, and that I learned to never change regardless of what anyone has said. And in my 30s, I live with no care anymore. Don't get me wrong, I care of what I say and do, but meaning I don't go around worrying about what this might say or what commenters might be negative. If you're negative, then you're negative. I'm not living your life. I'm living my life. You get it? Got it? All right. The next one is skin elasticity. All right. So now, as everyone knows, we get older and, things start to sag. Yes, that does happen, but there's ways that you can try to minimize it, which is working out. Work out. Ladies, I don't care if it's 20 minutes until you get up gradually. Work out. Then we'll start feeling better about ourselves. Working out, is a big thing. It's a big deal, And I always loved working out. I always was a workout freak. So to me, it comes natural. But sometimes when I do fall off the wagon, I fall off. And then it gets me a while to get there. But I get there. So don't bust your butt beating yourself up when you can put that energy in trying to get up and doing what you got to do. I don't care if you did 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a lot when you're out of shape. So congratulate yourself. Don't downplay what you did or how much you lost. Because even 5 pounds is a lot to lose, believe it or not. Don't just look at the number. Look at it like, wow, that's 5 pounds. You could take 5 marbles, put it in a jar. For each week you lose weight, or each time you go weigh yourself and you see the amount of weight you lost, put that marbles in a jar, and you will see, wow, I lost that much. And look it up. Literally look it up how much you lost. Look up on Google how much. What is 5 pounds of fat? Give yourself a hand clap because that's a lot of work. All right. Next is friends. I notice now I don't really care too much about being with friends. I care about my family. Being with my family, especially that if you created a family, married, or even with living with your partner, you notice you really don't care about anyone else entering your circle because you don't have time for drama. drama. I'm very, very low patience when it comes to that. And if I feel it's going to get me out of my character and everything I worked hard towards, and I'm not going to engage. I don't want to engage. It's not me being mean. It's just I can care less. I got kids that are growing up and their drama alone with them bickering is enough for me. It's enough. So I learned to be more of a loner, more of I'd rather be home. I'd rather be home. All right, I'd rather be home doing my own thing than to worry about how this one might feel about me, how my that one, next question, next one. That alone, even thinking about it got me in shame. Next is knowing what you want in life, right? So as I approached my 30s, now I'm in my mid-30s, I'm noticing what I'm more ambitious of, what I really want in my life. What do I want to do? What do I want to strive for? What are my, aspirations? And everyone knows me, that knows me personally, knows I love to help others. I am more of my sister-in-law says, you should be a motivational speaker. I could do that, but I don't know about it. I could talk on the camera, I could talk to you guys, but I'm still working on me with that, where, girl, I don't know if I can do all that. What I'm most passionate is basically what I'm going to say is what I'm most passionate about is helping others, whether it be a counselor, therapist, marriage counselor, sex education. That's one thing I love to talk about. Okay, sorry, Ma, but yes, child, we'll get into that. Okay, but yes, I love generally helping others. I will give you the shirt off of my back if I could, if you are in need. And sometimes that could be a good thing, or sometimes that could be a bad thing when people take advantage. But I learned to just say, you know what, God, I'm helping, and they can do as they will, but I know in my heart I'm clean. And in my 30s, I'm more nonchalant. I'm not so uptight in the sense where in my 20s, I'm always on guard. Oh, I don't trust him. I don't trust her. I don't know what they're out to do. Are you out to play me? Yes, I do still have somewhat of a guard, but not the way I was stressed about it in my 20s. Because I know that I have been great. I've done no ill to anyone in my 30s, not even in my 20s, but I'm good. I'm not going to worry about something that I know I didn't do. And if you play me, shame on you. If you use me, shame on you, because you done lost an awesome person. And therefore, this is where I found really my potential, which will be in the next one, is the one I'm speaking of now, is knowing your worth. I knew my worth when I was younger, but then again, I was younger. I was more worried about, kind of like I was a single mom at 17 and 18. And remember, my lifestyle then was my son and I. So everything I did had to reflect on him. But really, I was about my son only. So I didn't really have a teenage ideal life, because that's a choice I made, to have a child with a previous relationship, and then to think I was gonna have another one by him, then I really would have been crazy. But God knows everything for a reason, and that's my angel baby. Now, so my life was wrapped around that. So when around 20, because I stopped having all my kids at 24, so around that time I was starting to really find out who Mama was. Who is Cherise? What is your purpose? And it took me a long time, but God knows everything for a reason. And now I notice I'm here. This is why I'm so passionate about YouTube, is because I like helping others. And if I have to tell my story, I will, regardless of what anyone may feel, and it's either going to help you, it's either going to help you or it's not. So my passion is helping others. Yes, I work. Yes, I'm a mom, but I also learned to separate myself from YouTube and mommy life and wifey life. So as you guys know, I recently got married. And if you don't know, I got married July 9th of 2022 to my husband, which common law, we would have been commonly law, whatever, marriage, 15 years we've been together. Now, a little back history, I only been really in a serious relationship. I don't even want to know. I don't know if I'm going to call my first one a serious relationship because I was so young. But then again, at that time, I thought it was. You know, I was 17. You know, 17-year-old, you got this older man, oh my God, head over heels type of deal. Now that I'm in my 30s and with my husband, and even though I was with him since I was 22 and he was 25, now I see what it's like to have a man. And not only that, it's just like the do's and the don'ts, and as a woman, how you do this and that, and vice versa, right? Toward me in many ways, meaning to love myself more. You feel like, you know, no one really tells you, you know, your vitamins. I really started getting into vitamins in my early 30s and really researching, especially when I had my hysterectomy. When you hit your late 20s, you should really, like about 26, even though I say take vitamins overall, period. But if you're not the one for vitamins, there's gummies, there's endless ways you could take in vitamins. But far as me is concerned, I take them in pill and powder form. And I say, yes, take your vitamins. You know, educate yourself as much as possible is what I would have done in my 20s. Been more into me like I have now. And also in my 30s, that taught me, now that I'm creeping almost to my 40s, because hello, I'm 36. My mom made that aware yesterday. She was like, 30s? Girl, you almost 40. Ma. All right. Let me live the last couple years first. In my 30s. Jeez. So, but I love my mama. She's so funny. But in my 30s, it taught me a lot to love myself more, to embrace the beauty that God has given me, rather regards whoever may think I'm beautiful or not. I know I'm beautiful. You have to tell yourself, be kind to yourself. I'm freaking beautiful. And I'm not going to lower my standards to a so. And by that means, I don't need to answer to negativity. I don't need to engage with negative people. I want to be around people that are uplifting and elevating, and you learn that in your 30s. How you ever look back and say, dang, why was I even friends with that person? They were so bad. So you don't want to waste your youth on that, you know, where yes, it's a lesson learned, but in your 30s you see how much at peace you are, how much nonchalant, whatever. When in our 20s, we'll let the way of the world bother us. If they look at us the wrong way, you look at me a wrong way, I'm gonna smile. And I'm one of them girls that will not turn her face until you turn your face. So what you gonna do? Keep staring? And I'm gonna keep staring and smiling. That's just the way I am. You know, I'm always gonna be the woman that's gonna respect. Yes, but I also learned I take no bull crap, even worse now. I don't have the tolerance. All right? I don't have the tolerance to deal with ignorance and stupidity. I do not have the tolerance. So I learned that when I know it's not from Jump Street, when I get those vibes, I learn not to engage no more. I'm not going to engage. Engaging in stupidity has cost me. And I lost myself. And I lost some of my youth. So, that's what I'm saying. Next. Okay? Here we go. Also, I learned to vibe with myself. You know what that means? Vibing. Like, ew, what does that mean? Vibing. Vibing with yourself is when you take time to get to know you. Once you know you, then you're ready to engage the world, take on the world. And that's what I've done. The last couple years, I've been vibing with myself, honey. Vibing with myself to the point I shock others. Where, oh wow, she not gonna respond to that? No. It doesn't elevate me. It doesn't do nothing for me. There's no purpose in that. People always are gonna say everything negative about you, especially if you are in a change, a transition. If you decide not. See, what the thing I learned in my 30s is everybody's gonna have a narrative. Everybody's gonna say things about you. Everybody's gonna say things to get underneath your skin. Everybody's gonna criticize you. But once you're sure of yourself, there's nothing no one can say. There's literally nothing. You know, and the reason why I say that is because that's how I lost a lot of my youth. Trying to be with friends and trying to understand the female in itself. Because females are crazy. Okay, they make up things in their head and then they want to come at you like it's true. Like, what? So I learned to vibe with myself and protect my energy and protect who I am by just saying, you know what, I'm gonna pull away, not engage. It's not worth my energy. It's not worth my time. It's not worth nothing that I want to lose my sanity over. I'm okay if I have to be by myself. I'm happy, you know? So I don't go seeking friends or family. I go seeking myself. I'm okay where I'm at in life. And you know, and as I get older, I yearn for more. I strive for more. I don't settle for mediocre. I don't let people put me in a category. I don't let people tell me what I'm good enough for. I don't set myself back by thinking negative. I set myself by setting a realistic goal in life, and if I reach it, then I reach it. I'm not gonna sit here and bog myself down trying to reach it. You know, in my 30s, I learned that a lot. That nobody really talks about in the female community about your 30s. Everybody wants to be looked upon like, oh, I'm higher than you. I have more money than you. And you're not nothing. You're this. And listen, to each their own. What works for them is what works for them. But me, I have a race for myself. Meaning, yes, I do believe I'm here for higher things in life. I do believe I have an astonishing potential that I know I can do it, and I know me, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it, point blank. That's just how I operate, you know. And in my 30s, I learned to just zone out everything else and be more nonchalantly, you know, accepting about the health as you get older, how more aware you have to be about getting pap smears and do your, you know, anything you need to do, you have to do it. Work out. Don't make an excuse why you can't work out. It's always easier to pack on the pounds, and of course to remove them it's harder. Of course. So instead of making an excuse, I say, you know what? Let me go do it because I won't be able to do it. I learned to appreciate more of life in my 30s because it has taught me a lot. I learned a lot in the last couple years, you know, about everything. So I think about it versus in my 20s, what I let get away and the times I wasted on people and men, you know, that I forgot to think about myself. So in my 30s, that's what I'm doing. You know, in my 30s, I look at life a lot different. I look at life as so much different. And that's when you say, no, I am who I am. Take it or leave it. You don't have to be around me. You don't need to be near me. You don't even have to like me, but you will respect me. You know, and you come into yourself. You're more at peace. You're more hungry for peace in life. You're more hungry for normacy. You're more hungry for just living, not rushing through things. And I feel like we don't talk about it enough. We just want to sugarcoat it with where you're supposed to be. Yes, of course, you're going to be mindful of where you're supposed to be in life, but don't beat yourself up. Start doing what you love, you know? And that's what I'm doing. I'm not here to outdo the next. I can care less what the next woman is doing. I like to be around people that are very ambitious. I like to be around women that talk, you know, positive and give insight. And I like being around women that, you know their value, knowing that they are a big asset in their life and they don't use their assets to get higher in life, you know, because that's just I mean, whatever. You know, whatever you do is what you do. But as a woman myself, in my 30s, and if I was to talk to the younger woman, listen, the ones that are growing now in these eras, is there's nothing more dangerous than a woman who knows her worth and her position. Meaning, you know what you bring to the table and you can hold your own, but also know when to be submissive and vulnerable. That's what I learned. And meaning submissive, not meaning you to obey your husband or partner. No, knowing when to be loving and knowing when to say, I'm not the one for that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. You're not gonna do that with me, is what I'm saying. Not being a follower, more of a leader, more of a go-getter, more of a woman that says to the next lady, chin up, we got this. Letting yourself be used in ways that can help the next, is what I'm saying. Not down the next because of materialistic items or because they reach a certain level in life they reach a certain level in life before the next woman, so they think they're superior, when really that's not a thing to be, you know, what's that word I'm gloating about. It's, you know, how can I help the next woman? How can I tell a story with my experience to help the next woman, for she will feel like she can get through it, is what I learned in my 30s versus my 20s. I did, you know, I'm the same way, but I was more timid, more enclosed. And in my 30s, that I feel like no one really talk about is, you know, why is it so wrong to talk about it? Like, our young women are growing up seeing us, you know, and if we act like some of them act, because in the end of the day, they're young, but some of them don't have the guidance, the knowledge, or the wisdom to get advice. So they do what they see. They do what is being showed. So why would I sit there and make a platform or come on a platform and share negative stories? How am I helping? How am I being a servant of God by spreading negativity? Well, I have a niece who's 18. I have nieces that are almost 18. I have nieces that are growing up as young ladies. So if they say their auntie doing this, and my daughters especially, what you think they're going to think of me? I learned it's been amazing. Straight up. Alright, so I'm going to end it off with this, okay? Intimacy is a big difference in your 30s for me, but I'm pretty sure, I think other women would say the same thing, where it's just so much more exciting, so much more fulfilling. And if you're lucky enough to experience an orgasm, then baby, more power to you. But yes, I'm gonna be respectful. I mean, there's nothing wrong. It shouldn't be a taboo. We need to know these things. We need to teach our children, and we need to teach these young ladies and men growing up, you know, when you really love somebody, and when you know, there's things that soul ties, okay? When, you know, when you sleep with someone, you sleep with their past. Not directly, but you know what I mean. So I don't want that in my life, especially in my 30s. So it's just like, when you have someone that you connect on an intimate level, and I mean, I don't allow a third party in my, no, we're good. Cut that out. But I get a kick and a joy off of pleasing him. Okay? And in my 30s, I noticed my sexual peak has peaked. And he knows. Because, baby, we gonna keep it. Let me shut up. Sorry, Ma, but it is what it is. There's nothing wrong about educating ourselves as women in our 30s, about peaking in our 30s, about telling the man what we want, what satisfied us. And if we need to teach them, then honey, we're gonna teach. Let me be your instructor, okay? Because I need mines too, because it's a good release, and it's a different release when you're with the one you love. Because that wham bam thank you man don't do it for me. It don't do it for me. Quickies, okay, in your relationship, you're not gonna always have time. You got kids, maybe babies, okay, but you should make it a point, like my husband and I are doing now, to go ahead and make a date night. However it is with you that you want to make it, go ahead. But intimacy is 2 parts: getting to know your partner deep down inside, and also intimacy in the bedroom, knowing what your likes are, teaching one another what your likes are, and communicating what they can improve in, and not taking offense. Like, if they would have told me this in my 20s, I would be like, what'd you say? We're not doing it again. I'm not saying it happened, I'm just saying overall, you know, that's how I would feel, you know. But instead, and you know, as a woman, you take, you know, as long as he ain't saying, girl, you don't know how to do this. You don't. First of all, I'm sensitive. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You could explain it a little softer than that. But just like, hey, maybe we can, I don't know, be a little gentle on this area and do more roughness on this. See, I'm a rough kind of gal. As you could tell, I'm a rough girl. I'm a rough girl. So that's just what I like. I don't got time for slowness. I got things to do. I got kids who are nosy. Let's go. You know? But all jokes aside, is, you know, whatever works for your life, works for your life. But as a woman in your 30s, you notice I did definitely, my sexual peak went through the roof. It took me a long time until I got my husband to express it. You know, and still when I met him, I was still closed in. I was still, you know, very nervous to tell him what my likes are, because not a lot of people get used to that. Maybe we'll have a sex class. Maybe we'll have an intimacy vlog next, because I feel like everyone should know this. Straight up. Stop making it a damn taboo. Everybody talks about everything underneath the sun but intimacy, when our kids need to know this. Okay? You got women that still don't know their bodies. Okay? And what they can tell their partner or their man. This is what works for me. When you do this, it works. You know? So, yes. That's my life. So basically, overall, in my 30s, that I embrace now more than in my 20s that I wish I did was, you know, you gotta embrace all the new changes. You know, it may be hard at first, like, oh my God, girl, I'm almost creeping to the 40s. But it's a better you. It's a more experienced, knowledgeable, more wisdom that you can spread onto others, and just accept it and deal with it in the way that you're comfortable with. I know I'm still me in my 30s. I'm still Sharice, but I noticed that I do tend to elevate myself little by little. Hair changing, the way I dress, the way I carry myself. I'm a grown woman. I am an experienced woman. I'm a very knowledgeable woman. I've been a mom since 17, and I try to give advice unto others, men, women, young men, young ladies. I don't sugarcoat. Yes, I'd be mindful of feelings, of course, but sometimes we need to give it to them rough so they can understand. Like, you need to hold yourself up, you know, to what you believe in. And as you notice, ladies, as you grow older, your vitamins, your health, your well-being matters a lot, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough. There's not enough YouTubers out there that are in our age range that don't talk about this. Yeah, we talk about cleaning and doing cleaning videos, which I love, by the way. I'm not knocking no one that does it. I love it. I done it. And when I move it, there'll be more of it. But I feel like we need to get real, get more in tune. And that's another thing too. You want to be more in tune with yourself. Don't be afraid to tap into yourself. Tap into yourself. You know what, you know, your body is, you know, what is it doing? What you know what I mean? Like, know about you. Know what you like, what your wants, dislikes, you know, because it's a beautiful transition that God has given us the ability to transition ourselves, that we look back and say, you know, oh, why did I waste my time? I should have done this, I should have done that. I know for some it's hard to transition, but think of it this way. You're just only wiser, more beautiful, more knowledgeable, and not only that, you are an encouragement to others, to young ladies, that they seek, you know, your advice. And how would you do this? And, you know, they're all going to grow old too. You know, so I'm just seasoned. We're just seasoned. Not old, but we're seasoned. We're well seasoned. So why not spread the knowledge? You know, let's keep it real. Look what's around us. Beautiful young ladies. And that's just their time. We had our time. Doesn't mean we still can't be beautiful in our own way. You know, according to, you know, our age, in a sense where if we feel like dressing the way we are now with the graphics, so what? Own it. But be honest with yourself and just say, like I said, yes, I am older, and it's my time to embrace my 30s and my daughters to show out and show their self. This is my time to allow my daughters to be them. This is their era. I'm just a seasoned pro from the day, and I give it to my kids straight up. And I just share this to show others and to young ladies, listen, take care of yourself. You know, it's gonna creep up on you when you're young. When you're older, it's gonna come back around. Just when you think, oh, I'm young, life flies by like this. So take your vitamins, take your collagen, you know, work out, be good to your body for it could be good to you later on. It's like having a vehicle. You gotta keep up with its oil change, tune-ups and all that to make sure it keeps going. You know, not playing around with life as if, you know, we're not all gonna grow old one day. You know, so if you guys found this video informational or even just inspirational, you know, I'm glad you did. I just feel like sharing the fact that, you know, from a woman who's been shy all her life, been insecure too, and you know, even with sexual stuff, I couldn't even talk about sex when I was younger. Now I should have been a sex ed teacher. I really should have, because I want to make sure that women feel their best at any age, and to know, regardless what society may post, upload, or say, you don't need to abide by that. You are who you are, and you're a masterpiece within itself. Your beauty is your beauty, my beauty is my beauty, and it is what it is. If you're comfortable in the skin you in, then you're comfortable in the skin you in. Don't let no one dictate, because you're gonna find in your 30s, when you look back in your 20s, I wasted my time. You know, but we can't look back. We just gotta go ahead and do what's at hand and talk about it. And I find that so wow. You know, sex shouldn't be a taboo at all, I feel. So that's how I look at life. I'm gonna give you the real deal, you know, and Google sexual peak at 30. Okay. All right, guys, I love you. More vlogs are coming out. Again, thank you for rocking with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps me out by sharing this video and spreading the word. Like, come on, 30 YouTubers, let's get it together, girl. Let's go ahead and do this and do that. You know, because we can enlighten our youth with this talk. You know, and tell them, don't waste your time trying to minimize your worth and then wait until your 30s until you get it right. You know what I mean? Hold on, guys, I'm about to take this pork in. So, oh wait, he's gonna move his truck, forget it. So, with that being said, thank you for rocking with me. Stay tuned for more vlogs. Again, pray and just be willing to change. If you feel like, you know, you need any, you know, changes, and talk to God. He will reveal, honey. He will put you in your place. And that's what I learned. Prayer, powerful of forgiveness, being okay with me, being good with me. Forget everybody else. Being good with Sharice, mama, as y'all know me, life of mama. But being okay with Sharice, the best years. You know, I got my children, I got my husband, I got my health, I got my mom and dad, my brothers, my nieces and nephews. What else can I ask for? A woman is happy. I'm blessed all the way around. So, alright guys, hope we have more talks like this, because your girl likes this. Love it. Alright guys, love you much, and stay tuned. I'm gonna be more consistent, as you see. I have a lot more to share. So, love you guys, and happy 30s to the ones who's watching me, and to the young girls, I hope you took heed. Of course, you're gonna do what's right for you, but I just wanted to share my insight of the 30s. what I learned and what I took from it to make sure you're good. What do you feel? And if you need help with that, it's okay to seek help. There's nothing detrimental about that. It's okay to say I need help. Okay? All right, guys. See you later.